You believe you understand your brain. You trust your memories. You think you're in control. But what if I told you you're not? Because there are secrets about your brain, secrets so shocking, most scientists prefer not to talk about them. Today, we uncover the forbidden truths about the very organ that defines you. Are you ready to see what lies beneath the surface? In every era, humanity has believed it understands itself. Yet when it comes to the brain, the very seat of thought, memory, and identity, we are still wandering blindfolded. Behind the polished laboratories and medical journals lies a truth far more bizarre. Today, you're about to see 7 brain secrets that will change how you see yourself forever. But be warned, once you know, you can never unknow. Knowledge changes you, sometimes irreversibly. This is not just information, this is transformation. What you are about to learn might just challenge everything you believe about yourself, because understanding your mind means learning how easily it can be manipulated. Number 1, plasticity. The brain rebuilds itself. Imagine losing half of your brain and surviving. In rare surgeries, called hemispherectomies, doctors remove one entire hemisphere to treat severe epilepsy. And yet, many patients walk, talk, even learn new skills. Some even graduate college. How is it possible? Because your brain isn't a static machine. It's a living, breathing network, constantly adapting, evolving. When damage occurs, neurons forge new pathways, new centers of control, new you. Every moment, even now, your brain is reshaping itself based on your experiences, your thoughts, your dreams. This phenomenon is called neuroplasticity. You are not trapped by your brain's original design. You are evolution, unfolding. Think about it. If trauma can rewire the brain for survival, could intention rewire it for greatness? Ancient monks, elite athletes, master musicians all leverage plasticity to mold their minds beyond normal human limits. What if plasticity isn't just recovery, but the blueprint for transcendence? If your brain can rebuild itself, who are you really? The original, or the version born from survival? And if you can become someone entirely different without even realizing it, what does that say about the nature of self? Now imagine, if we could harness this power deliberately, could we evolve ourselves into something greater than human? Or something less human entirely? Number 2, you use 100% of your brain. You've heard it 1,000 times. Humans only use 10% of their brain. A comforting myth. A lie. In reality, functional MRI scans show activity across virtually the entire brain, even during sleep. Neurons fire in synchronized waves you cannot feel. Networks churn to process memories, regulate your organs, dream, imagine. You are using all of it, all the time. The real problem is not that your brain is idle, but that it's overstimulated, distracted, fragmented. A distracted mind is not an untapped mind. It's a mind stretched thin. In a world saturated with noise, your brain fights to stay coherent, to focus. Studies show that constant context switching, like multitasking with your phone, can shrink gray matter density in areas linked to empathy and decision-making. Your environment is hacking your brain architecture daily. The potential for greatness doesn't lie in unlocking hidden parts. It lies in mastering the chaos inside you. What would happen if, just for one day, you could focus the true full power of your brain? Would you change the world or destroy yourself? And more importantly, who benefits from keeping you distracted? Number 3, your memories are lies. Think of your most precious memory. the laughter of a childhood friend, the face of a loved one, the thrill of a first achievement. Now realize, much of it is fiction. Studies show that every time you recall a memory, you subtly, and sometimes drastically, rewrite it, influenced by mood, by new experiences, by subtle suggestions from others. Memory is not a photograph, it's a painting, repainted every time you glance at it. Psychologists now create false memories in labs by mere suggestion, making people recall entire events that never happened. Entire industries, advertising, politics, media, thrive on manipulating how you remember. What you think defines you may not even be yours. If your past can be rewritten without your knowledge, how solid is your identity? And if entire civilizations build their history on memory, how much of what we know is just a beautiful lie? If your mind can be rewritten, can your destiny? Or is memory itself the first battlefield in the war for your soul? And if memories are weapons, who is aiming them? Number 4, you can live with half a brain. When one hemisphere of the brain is removed completely, what remains? Incredibly, often a fully functioning human being. Children adapt especially well. Their remaining hemisphere takes over nearly every critical function: movement, speech, emotion. The brain is not a rigid map, it is a shapeshifter. In cases of hemispherectomy, the mind doesn't just survive, it thrives. New brain scans show how functions relocate, how regions repurpose themselves, how consciousness persists despite unimaginable trauma. Consciousness is not a place. It is an emergent phenomenon, a symphony of connection. And maybe, if patterns are all that matter, consciousness itself could one day be uploaded. A terrifying thought, or a tantalizing future. If a mind can exist and adapt with half the brain, is consciousness just electrical activity or something greater, waiting to be understood? And if consciousness can migrate, could it ever transcend biology altogether? If so, would the future belong to humans or to something new? Number 5, your brain devours energy. Your brain weighs a mere 2% of your total body mass, yet it ravenously consumes over 20% of your energy resources. Even in a resting state, it devours glucose and oxygen at astonishing rates just to maintain your sense of self. Every blink, every thought, every heartbeat orchestrated. This extraordinary energy demand made the human brain a biological marvel and a critical vulnerability. When fuel is scarce, the brain triages. It shuts down higher reasoning, abstract thought, and long-term planning first, leaving behind only instinct and fear. Modern society, flooded with poor nutrition, chronic stress, and digital distraction, starves the brain in a new way. Not physically, but cognitively. Brain fog, decision fatigue, impulse addiction. These are not glitches. They are symptoms of a system burning itself alive. If energy is the price of thought, who controls your fuel? And in a world engineered to drain you, can you ever think freely again? Number 6, most decisions are subconscious. You believe you steer your life, that you choose who you love, what you fear, what you believe. But experiments by Benjamin Libet and others shattered this illusion. Neural activity predicting your choices up to 7 seconds before you become aware of them. Meaning, the moment you feel yourself deciding is already an echo. Your subconscious rules quietly, efficiently, and almost invisibly. And marketers, propagandists, influencers, they know this. They don't argue with your conscious mind. They bypass it. A color, a sound, a repetition. Techniques designed to hijack your brain's primitive reward circuits. Your loves, your hates, your loyalties. Crafted not by reason, but by invisible levers. If freedom is an afterthought, are you living your life? or merely replaying a program written for you? And if so, who holds the keyboard? Number 7, brain rot, the modern plague. We were designed for focus, for story, for the patient accumulation of wisdom across a lifetime. Instead, we are fed 7-second videos, infinite scrolls, viral outrage, every swipe a dopamine hit, every notification a tiny spike of chemical pleasure, until the parts of the brain responsible for deep reflection, critical thinking, and empathy begin to atrophy. Neurologists now warn of a real condition: digital dementia, a new type of cognitive decay, self-inflicted, silent, incurable. Children, once the most plastic and promising minds, now show measurable reductions in memory, focus, and emotional regulation. Societies forget how to think, and when thought dies, so does freedom. If you cannot hold a thought longer than a TikTok, how can you hold a dream? How can you hold a revolution, or even cheer yourself? The brain is a cathedral, built not in decades, but across eons of survival, failure, love, loss, memory. It is the seat of every story ever told, every civilization ever risen, every revolution ever dreamed. And yet today, it stands at its most fragile. You've seen the secrets they would prefer you not to know, that your mind can rebuild itself, that your memories deceive you, that your choices are whispers from a deeper self, that your brain, overfed on noise and fear, can rot in silence. But knowledge is the first weapon, and rebellion begins in thought. Stay awake, stay curious, stay rebellious, because the last frontier is not space, it's not the ocean. It's the space inside your own mind, and what you do next will define the future of consciousness itself. Subscribe now and prepare for our next forbidden journey.